This is RTV6 News at Noon, working for you.
The House Committee on the Judiciary is introducing 2 articles of impeachment.
The charges have been made. Now Democrats in Congress will make their case that the president should go on trial. The House today is pushing ahead with impeachment, with Speaker Nancy Pelosi saying they have a constitutional duty to act. ABC's Mona Kosar Abdi is live on Capitol Hill with more.
Good afternoon. For only the 4th time in history, Congress has deployed its most powerful tool under the Constitution, unveiling articles of impeachment against the President of the United States. Democratic leaders laying out the next steps in their impeachment inquiry.
The House Committee on the Judiciary is introducing 2 articles of impeachment charging the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, with committing high crimes and misdemeanors.
They say the abuse of power and obstruction of Congress charges stem from President Trump's pressure on Ukraine to announce investigations of his political rivals while he temporarily withheld aid to the country.
We stand here today because the president's continuing abuse of his power has left us no choice. To do nothing would make ourselves complicit in the president's abuse of his high office, the public trust, and our national security.
Before the Democrats made their announcement, President Trump insisted he had, quote, done nothing wrong, tweeting that the impeachment process is, quote, sheer political madness. Republicans say Democrats are rushing the process.
Just because you created a timeline to impeach a president that you disliked, you ignored facts. We would never be here if they paid attention to the facts or the hearings.
But Democrats say the president's actions have left them no choice.
Why don't you just let him cheat in one more election? The president's misconduct goes to the heart of whether we can conduct a free and fair election in 2020.
And the House Judiciary Committee is expected to publicly take up these articles for debate and approval as soon as Thursday, meaning that we could see a full House vote on impeachment before Christmas and a Senate trial in January. We're now reporting live on Capitol Hill. Mona Kosar Abdi, ABC News. Back to you.
Back here at home in central Indiana, boy, there is a change outside when it comes to the weather. Yesterday, after experiencing temps in the 50s, things have taken a deep dive. Alyssa Donovan is standing by with just exactly what we're looking at.
A big change today, Meredith. Those temperatures right now are in the 20s. At this time yesterday, we were into the mid-50s. So about a 20-degree drop today with those temperatures, and we are going to stay cold as we head into the next couple days. What you'll notice as you step outside right now is it actually feels even colder than the 20s, feels a little bit more like the single digits to areas to the north, about 11 degrees here in Indianapolis, and that's just because of that wind that we are seeing out of the west right now. We're seeing that around 15 miles per hour in Indianapolis. That's helping usher in that cold, dry air from the north as high pressure trough is in place. We're also going to see that help clear out a lot of our cloud coverage. So we had that cold front move through yesterday. We are going to see a little bit more sunshine as we head into the afternoon today, and clear skies overnight tonight. Temperatures will drop once again tomorrow morning into the 20s with those wind chills in the teens. Today, we're still climbing just a few degrees more. Highs will reach the upper 20s.
Alyssa, thank you. We're still waiting to hear from fire investigators as to what caused a fire that left a woman dead and damaged 3 homes on the far east side of Indianapolis. The fire started just after 4 this morning on Roth Lane near North Cumberland and East 30th Street. The fire started in one home but quickly spread to 2 others due to high winds. After the fire was put out, crews found the body of a 59-year-old woman. Her name has not been released, but investigators say the victim's husband had spoken to his wife on his way home from work shortly before he got a call that his house was on fire. It's unclear why the woman was not able to get out of the house. The superintendent of the state's largest school system is renewing calls to cut ties with an out-of-state charter company running one of its schools. IPS wants to retake control of Emma Donnan Elementary and Middle School. The state took over the school in 2013 because of poor academic grades from the state. IPS is asking the state charter board to drop Charter Schools USA as Emma Donnan's operator because it has violated its agreement with the district. That includes providing IPS with academic and discipline reports, significant staff turnover, and a drop in the number of students.
What I won't do is deny that there are teachers who are working very hard in all of those schools on behalf of their students every day. No question about that. It's really about letting a school district have the decision-making authority around who they partner with and what that relationship is within that district.
The Indiana Charter Schools Board will vote on this issue on Friday. It's not clear whether the board will hear one more time from IPS or Charter Schools USA before making its decision. Charter Schools USA had a stinging response to IPS. They say in part that IPS is using false statements to discredit them, adding that they are, quote, staying the course to help some of Indianapolis' most vulnerable students find a way to break out of the cycle of poverty by providing them with an educational option that best serves them. At least one trucking company is stepping up to help some of the thousands left without jobs after another company's bankruptcy filing. Celadon is based in Anderson and announced this week it was shutting down. It comes a week after two former senior officials with the company were charged as part of an accounting fraud scheme. Drivers with another trucking company, Carter Logistics, have been told to give stranded Celadon drivers a ride home if they can. Carter is also offering free bus tickets to drivers and jobs to any former Celadon employees who would like to stay in the industry. And Mayor Joe Hogsett says Celadon employees who are being let go should immediately file for unemployment insurance benefits from the state. Employees can visit Central Indiana Work One locations for career services assistance and let them know you are from Celadon. You can also find positions in the shipping and logistics industry by going to hiringhoosiers.com. If you travel on the south side a lot, you know I-465 can get backed up. That's why INDOT wants to add travel lanes in several areas. There are two sections INDOT is focusing on. One is near the 465 US 31 interchange to the 465-65 interchange on the city's south side. The other is from the interchange at I-70 and 465 to the intersection of 465 and Man Road. INDOT says sound barriers would be added near the new lanes. If you would like to learn more about the project, you can attend a public hearing tonight. It will be at Decatur Central High School in the cafeteria at 6 o'clock. It is a project that has been in the making, and it will impact your drive in downtown Indy for quite some time. Coming up, the stretch of road you'll need to avoid for the next few months. And check your freezer if you're a Slider fan. Next, why you might need to throw out these White Castles if you bought them from a grocery store recently. Alyssa.
And we had a warm and wet start to the week, but now the cold is settling in. We have chilly temperatures throughout the rest of the week. I'll have the details coming up.
Case of Homes every Sunday morning at 11:30.
After a delay of more than a week, construction on the Key Street through downtown Indianapolis is finally underway. Illinois Street between McCarty and South Streets was set to originally close last week, but because of the extra traffic from the Big Ten championship game, it was pushed back, and that closure will officially begin this morning. The work is being done to complete construction on part of the Dig Indy tunnel system. This stretch of Illinois Street is expected to be closed until July. A heads up if you're a fan of White Castle, not the ones you get in the restaurant, though, the ones you may have in your freezer. White Castle is recalling several varieties of the frozen sliders it sells in grocery stores due to possible listeria contamination. Some of the packages include 6 packs of hamburgers, cheeseburgers, and jalapeno burgers. Larger 16-pack versions of hamburgers and cheeseburgers are also part of the recall. All of the products have best buy dates of August 2020. There are no reports of any illnesses, but White Castle says you shouldn't eat the sandwiches just to be safe. This is not the pyramid game you want to play. Next on RTV6, a consumer alert on a new twist to one of the oldest schemes in the country. And this is a live look at downtown view to the north. If you haven't stepped outside today, you are going to want to grab the hat, the scarf, the gloves, all of the above, and bundle up. It's a cold one out there. Alyssa Donovan will have your full Storm Team 6 forecast coming up.
Visit us at kaplingersfreshcatch.com.
This is RTV6 News at Noon, working for you.
Fed Rollins today on Court TV. We're covering 2 live trials, plus we have Harvey Weinstein developments. 22-year-old Michigan State student Isai Baronis was murdered in October of last year after stepping into an off-campus brawl involving 4 women. 30-year-old Stephen Washington is accused of killing Baronis with a 9mm handgun. Washington claims he was not the shooter. In Fort Myers, Florida, the same jury that found Mark Sievers guilty of murder for hiring 2 men to kill his wife will decide whether to recommend the death penalty or life in prison. We'll be covering that throughout the day. Family members of Dr. Teresa Sievers are expected to testify about her life as a doctor and mother to 2 young girls. And according to his legal team, Harvey Weinstein is undergoing back surgery later this week to repair damage stemming from an auto accident back in August. Weinstein, who was visibly frail at a hearing last week, is scheduled for trial in early January. We'll have coverage of all these stories, plus much more throughout the day on Court TV. Now back to you.
Ted, thanks. You can learn more about other cases around the nation right now at courttv.com. It's time now for another RTV6 Consumer Alert. I'm joined by the Better Business Bureau's Tim Maniscalco. And Tim, we have all been there. We have received that message on social media from someone from high school or many years ago, and they say, hey, I have this great business that I'm a part of, but all you have to do is pay a little money and then you'll be making thousands of dollars. These pyramid schemes really do hook people in, and there is one that is going around that you need to warn people about today.
Yeah, this is kind of like a new twist on the pyramid scheme. Some people call it the Secret Sisters pyramid scheme or the pay it forward. And what's going to happen is you're going to get contacted by someone on social media, Facebook, someone who's your friend. And a lot of times we know that though your Facebook accounts, they can be compromised. So it may not necessarily be your friend, right? Your friend. And they're going to say, look, if you pay $5,000 up front and recruit 2 friends, you're going to get $40,000
wow,
down there.
Easy.
Oh,
Love
man.
it.
I'm going to go for this, right?
Merry Christmas to me.
Right. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to send that person some money. And then they use an interesting app. It's an app called Telegram where the messages are encrypted. They use code names. It's very sort of secretive. They're going to ask for your personal information, your email account, those type of things, and the information from your friends. You're going to recruit these people, and you're going to give them the money, and all of a sudden, hey, you're going to be $5,000 less rich, let's say, and you're not going to get any of that $40,000 back. And you've also given them personal information and some information about some of your friends. And all this, once again, is on this encrypted app where they use code names, so you don't know who you're dealing with. You never can trace any of this down. So we've seen a lot of this. So if you see this, ignore it. Pay no attention to it. Don't get into it, because it's just going to be trouble for you. Facebook, people like that, they do want to know about these. So if you do see that, do report that to the social media people. Never give out your personal information. Once again, we always warn about that. But once you do that, you're going to be subject to something down the road that you may get in trouble for. And just be aware of a lot of false claims. If everybody could give $5,000 and then make $40,000, we'd all be doing it, right? So, so it's just one of those things where it sounds great until you kind of think about it, and then you say, I don't think that's such a good idea.
Yes, all right, Tim, a great warning there. This has been another RTV6 Consumer Alert. All right, Alyssa. Well, I would pay thousands of dollars right now to head to the airport and hop on a plane somewhere much warmer than central Indiana today. Ooh, in the 20s after that nice stretch of 50-degree weather we had.
So we were spoiled the past couple days with those temperatures in the 40s and 50s. We are well below average today. We are back to where we should be with those morning lows, but those afternoon highs are well below average. We're going to continue to see this cold streak over the next couple days, and then we are going to see a very slow temperature climb as we head into Thursday and Friday. We'll be back to average, so it's not going to warm up too much. We're just going to be right where we should be this time of year by the weekend, and then just in time for some winter weather headed our way. Saturday is when we have the potential of a rain-snow mix. So over the past 24 hours, we have seen our temperatures change about 30 degrees from this time today to yesterday. Yesterday we were in the 50s at this time of day, and now we are in the 20s. So big change with those temperatures. Right now we are at 23 degrees in Indianapolis, Kokomo at 25, in Bloomington at 24 degrees. You can see those winds are out of the west, about 20 miles per hour to the north of us, right around 15 miles per hour here in Indianapolis. So you'll notice that breeze throughout the day. We're also seeing those wind gusts close to 30 miles per hour. So that's why it actually feels much colder when you step outside. Feels more like we're close to the teens and single digits just because of that wind chill. What that's also doing is helping bring in that cold air that is to the northwest of us right now. That's going to continue to settle in today and into tomorrow before we start to recover a little bit with those temperatures by Thursday. So what's going on is we have high pressure building in. We had this cold front that moved through yesterday. That is moving to the northeast. That's going to bring some winter storms up to New York and into Boston. But we are in the clear when it comes to winter weather. We do have a little bit of lake effect snow happening for extreme northern counties this afternoon, but most of us are staying dry. And what's going to happen the rest of the day is we're going to continue to see a lot of that cloud coverage clear out. So if you are seeing cloudy skies where you are right now, likely you will see a little bit of sunshine later this afternoon, just as high pressure takes control and starts to push out a lot of that cloud coverage. Tomorrow we're also going to see a lot more sunshine. The only thing is overnight we're going to see those clear skies, which means we have no clouds to insulate us from that cold, dry air. So by tomorrow morning, a little bit chillier than we were this morning, likely only in the teens to the north, low 20s here in Indianapolis. That wind chill will again be a factor tomorrow. Temperatures will warm just a smidge higher tomorrow into the low 30s. So here's a look at our high temperatures over the next few days. We are just about into the low 30s today, low 30s tomorrow, and then we are climbing back to where we should be into the 40s by Thursday and Friday, and into Saturday. That's when we really have those changes coming our way. That's when we have the potential of a rain-snow mix. So looking at the 7-day forecast today, that's the big change. That cold air has settled in, 28 degrees for our high. So we're still climbing a little bit this afternoon. I'm not sure if we'll make it to 28 because we're only right around 24 right now. And then tomorrow, another cold start. Temperatures close to 30 degrees, back to the 40s by Thursday and Friday. Friday night is when we have that rain-snow mix coming in. That's going to impact us on Saturday as well. More rain and snow possible on Monday.
Okay, Alyssa, winter I think is officially here.
Yeah.
All right, thanks so much. Well, when we get back, it is time for Pet of the Week. You know Thumper is the rabbit from Bambi. Well, we've got Thumper the cat here with us today. Meet this little guy coming up when we come back.
Your replacement window hero.
Welcome back. It's time for Pet of the Week. I'm here with Colleen with Indy Humane. Tell me about this little guy here.
This is Thumper. He's a 5-year-old cat. He's actually been in and out of the shelter since 2015. He was adopted for a few years, and the owners just felt like they weren't bonding with him, and they decided to bring him back in March of 2019. So he's a really, really good cuddly cat. Yeah. He loves to lay out in the sunbeams. He could get along with another like asocial cat, a cat that might not bother him too much, but he'd probably prefer to be the only pet.
Okay, how is he with kids?
I think he'd be okay with kids who aren't going to be up in his business as much. Maybe, you know, some cat savvy kids.
Yeah. He seems very friendly.
Yeah, he's been great. He's actually been in our adoption lobby for a while, so he's used to kind of foot traffic and that kind of stuff too.
So he's ready to be friendly too.
Oh, he is.
So what should someone do if they're interested in adopting Thumper?
If they're interested, they could just go to our shelter at 79th and Michigan Road and then apply for him. I believe that he's a $50 fee.
$50 fee. Okay, so if you're interested in Thumper, go on over to Indy Humane. He's $50 and he's very sweet. He's very friendly. He was very friendly right when you guys came in. Don't see that all the time with the cats you guys bring in. So adorable guy today. I'm going to have one look for that forecast. We are seeing those temperatures in the 20s right now, only climbing a few more degrees as we head into the afternoon. We're also going to see that wind chill still a factor throughout the day. We are seeing those wind chills in the teens right now, so that you're really going to feel as you step outside. It's breezy outside. outside. And then tomorrow we are starting again very cold in the morning. Those temperatures in the 20s to start out your Wednesday. Wind chills again in the teens tomorrow, 31 degrees for the high. We will see some more sunshine tomorrow, so that's the good news. That will help warm us a little bit through the day. And then we're back into the 40s on Thursday. Chance of a rain-snow mix comes in late Friday night and into Saturday for our weekend.
Alyssa, thank you, and thank you for making RTV6 your choice for news. We hope to see you back here at 5. In the meantime, stay warm and have a good afternoon.